Today's guest is one of the hardest working guys on campus. Andy, you ready?
Let's do it.
In his time at Heidelberg, today's guest has done it all. He's recruited some of the most talented players that the men's basketball program has ever had. His teams have shown a knack for picking off ranked opponents, and he wore a Speedo for a Siggy Awards feature video. His name is Andy Bucheit, and he's the tallest coach we have. This is Coaches on Campus Getting Coffee. As a coach, are you a little more interested in seeing game film? Are you interested in seeing them live to see how they interact with teammates and coaches, referees?
Yeah, live does help a lot. Typically at this point we've identified who we're really interested in, and then we're going to, support those guys throughout the season. But it does help seeing them live and making some final decisions on, okay, this guy is a little bit better than we thought he was. We need to spend a little more time with him throughout the year. Mm-hmm. It does help narrow our focus as we see them with the high school team.
Your wife put something on Facebook the other day just talking about the role that coaches have in the lives of their players and how much you care, how much she cares about them.
Yeah, we've been lucky. Melissa and I, we've had great family support, her parents, my parents, and I was lucky to have them come to almost every game I played in when I was at Wittenberg, and they try to make it to as many games as they can here. But that was a value that was instilled in me, young and having a close-knit family, and so we've tried to build that type of community here with our program, and always involve Melissa and our kids in a lot of the things that we've done, and get the players around them as much as we can to get them more comfortable.
In your time here, we've had, I was counting before we started talking, 3 1,000-point scorers: Kier Benny, Myron Pruitt, Chris Moxley. Mm-hmm. Some really talented student athletes come through on the court, in the classroom. As a coach, is there anything better than seeing the students you brought here be so successful?
No. Yeah, that's of course we all like to win, and we want to win. But what is even more impressive are the guys too that didn't log those stats, that are well on their way to like a guy's Michael Schuler's going to be getting into a PA school here soon. He's going to have 3 degrees. Connor Hutchison is on his way to completing his MBA and working in finance. So all those guys, seeing them where they're at now is what makes you get up every day and keep doing it.
In high school, they're playing 25 minutes a game.
Right.
They're the biggest cog at the school that makes the wheel go for their team. They get here and they've got to pump the brakes a little bit. Is that a difficult conversation?
Oh, that's the toughest one, I think. It's the hardest conversation to have. I, as a coach, want it so badly for all of them. I want them all to get what they want. That's one of my greatest weaknesses, is taking away things that they want to be. And not everybody can be the leading scorer. Not everybody can take all the shots. And so as we define roles, those are some of the toughest conversations to have, but you just got to rip the Band-Aid right off and have it. And I think that's really helped. Guys like Dylan Woods, guys like Josh Dixon, both will start for us this year and play heavy minutes. Neither one played in a meaningful minute in their freshman years, and Dylan's an all-league player. Josh has a chance to be Defensive Player of the Year in the league this year. And so those two guys and their presence, I think, and using them as an example makes it easier for a young guy to come in and see, okay, there's guys that have done it here. They've bought in. They've trusted the coaching staff. It will work if I continue to do this, and we try to meet with them frequently to talk to them about that. And reassure them like where they're at. They're doing a great job. Just keep moving forward and having fun.
what are the red flags that you look for that will say to you that this is not maybe the right student athlete for our program?
Sure. If we go to a high school game and see someone not being a great teammate, automatically they'll be off of our list. Other things that may end up telling us, hey, we want to move somewhere else is, if a guy isn't committed to playing team defense, defending. That's a major component of our program. But the big one is how they interact with their teammates, how they interact with their coaches, how they interact with their parents when they're on their recruiting visit. As mom and dad might make an embarrassing comment, do they accept it and laugh it off? Do they roll their eyes? Do they say something to mom and dad and tell them not to say those things? Like how they interact and handle that tells me a lot about the respect that they have for their parents. And so if we don't like that interaction, we might cross a guy off our list as well.
It's November and it's winter already.
I feel like we're in the middle of January, where we should be playing every Wednesday and Saturday right now.
Are you sad that basketball is an indoor sport instead of an outdoor sport?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Me neither.
As I was playing pickup after I stopped playing at Wittenberg that year, I was helping out as a volunteer assistant. I was reminded that I was an air-conditioned player by a couple of the football assistants. I wasn't a blacktop player, they said. I was an air-conditioned player. Felt like our program is very blue-collar, and so we try to go after those type of people. Everything we kind of build our program off of is of that nature. That's my background. It's who I relate well with. I think those type of people relate very well to Heidelberg and the community and the campus. And so we really like those guys that want to roll up their sleeves and aren't afraid of hard work and aren't afraid of getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning and practicing if they have to and not complaining about it and moving on with their day. And we felt like we've identified a lot of guys who are of that mold, and they usually stick here and they do very well.
We've seen Division III guys who have gone, especially overseas,
right.
Guys from in the conference as well who have had really good success.
Right.
Is there anything holding them back here?
And we have a young man going through that right now in Myron Pruitt. Arguably, not arguably, I mean, he was one of the best players in the conference last year. First team, all region, wants to play overseas, finishing his free MBA before he does that. Getting that taken care of, and then he will continue to pursue that opportunity. And one of his counterparts in the league, Ryan Bruns, is playing professionally in Spain. And if Ryan can do it, there's no reason why Myron Pruitt can't have that type of career. Those things are very doable here. We always preach, though, get that degree first. That's option A. We get the best student section in the conference, in my opinion. I mean, it's not just one sliver of those bleachers, it's the whole thing, and we go other places, they might be in just one section, or there might not be anybody there, and I think that's the great advantage to Heidelberg, are the student athletes and the way they support each other.
Absolutely.
The way they're here for each other. Everybody goes to every game. Football, you see 300 or 400 students in the end zones on a home football game. It's the same for volleyball when they're playing. The environment out in Peaceful Valley. I mean, it just is such a it's a great thing to see the support here, and it's really, the other places I've been, I mean, doesn't even hold a candle to this. And fortunately, I wish we didn't have holiday break, so we could still see them here over Christmas and Thanksgiving as well.
Certainly disparity between the break
right.
days and the in season. Well, Andy, thanks so much for joining us.
Appreciate you having me.
Absolutely.